Hello students, welcome back. So we were discussing about the electrolysis of the aqueous sodium chloride solution, and then we have seen the electrolysis of acidulated water. What are the different products at the respective electrodes, cathode and anode. And now we'll see the third factor, that is the types of electrodes, attackable and non-attackable, how these electrodes will affect the products of electrolysis. So let's see the electrolysis of aqueous copper sulfate solution using inert electrode. So inert electrode will do not take part in the reaction, so it will not influence the product. So let's see what will happen. Copper sulfate aqueous gives you Cu2 positive ions aqueous plus sulfate ions aqueous. So water is also present, feebly ionized, H positive aqueous plus OH minus aqueous. So there is a competition between this and this and this and this. So let's see at cathode. At cathode, one with the, you can say, one with higher E0 value should get reduced in preference to the other. Okay. So here copper 2 positive, we know that the value is for this Cu2 positive will accept 2 electron and gives you Cu. Okay. So this E0 we know that it's 0.34, and for hydrogen we know 0.00. So one with the higher E0 value gets reduced in preference to the other. So here copper 2 positive gets reduced to copper. Okay. So at cathode, copper gets deposited. Fine. Now at anode, we know that one with lower E0 value gets oxidized. So here you just see the value from the electrochemical series that OH minus is having lower E0 value in preference to the sulfate. So this will sulfate ion. So this will remain in solution, and this will get you can say O2 gas will liberated at the cathode. So it will lose its electron and gives you this. So 4OH gives you 2H2O plus O2. So let's see in terms of electrons. Okay. So O2 will get liberated at the anode. O2 gas. Okay. So what about the overall solution? So sulfate ion will remain in the solution, and H plus ion also will remain in the solution. So we can say that overall solution acidic in nature due to the presence of H plus ion. Fine. So what are the product of electrolysis of aqueous copper sulfate solution using inert electrode? Copper gets deposited at the cathode, and at anode oxygen gas will evolve. Okay. Now we'll see the products using attackable electrolytes. For example, let's say copper only in that case. So electrode will also take part in the reaction now. So let's see what will happen. Using non-inert electrodes or attackable electrodes. Okay. So again, copper sulfate aqueous gives you Cu2 positive plus similarly water, feebly ionized, fine. So at cathode again same thing will happen. Okay, that is copper is having higher E0 value, gets deposited at the cathode. So Cu2 positive accepting 2 electrons gets deposited at the cathode. Fine. Now at anode, neither OH minus nor sulfate minus gets liberated, because here the electrode is also taking part in the reaction. So what will happen now? They do not interfere, they do not take part in the reaction. So here what will happen? See, this is getting deposited at the cathode. Okay, now from the anode, copper metal accepts 2 electrons and gets changes to Cu2 positive ion, which goes into the solution. So this will happen here. That copper 2 plus ion from the solution accepting electron and deposited at the cathode, and at the equivalent amount of the copper from the anode accepting the electrons and gets converted into copper ions, which goes into the solution. So this is happening with the attackable electrodes. Okay, now let's see what is the overall result of this electrolysis. Overall result. That is conclusion. So what is the conclusion? That at anode, at cathode, copper 2 positive ion from the solution accepting electron and gets deposited in the form of copper. Fine. And at anode, equivalent amount of copper accepting 2 electrons and gets converted into copper 2 positive ions. So this is the effect of the attackable electrodes, how it is influencing the products. Okay, with the inert we have seen the product was oxygen, but here now it is the copper only. So this is the, you can say, its application. It is used in the electrolysis and then refining. You have studied in 10th standard, refining of metals. So with the help of these processes, all these things are getting done, like electroplating. All these are the applications of electrolysis. Okay, all of you know what is electroplating, and then galvanization process. All these are the applications of electrolysis. Fine, so this is all about the product of electrolysis. We have seen all the 3 factors, so I hope I am clear with all the 3 factors. Fine. Now in the next class we'll study the relationship between the charge and the charge of the charge passed through the electrolyte and the amount of the electrolyte getting deposited. Fine, so that we'll see with the help of Faraday's laws in the next class. Okay, so till then, thank you and have a nice day.